Okay, let's unpack this. When you think of a restaurant, you probably picture the drama of the kitchen.
Right. The flames, the chefs, the plating.
That's the heart where the product is created. But here's the essential truth we found digging through the sources. The back office is the brain.
That's it. It's the engine room. It's where the operational decisions get made, where efficiency is designed.
And let's be honest, where profitability is either secured or just completely lost.
That's exactly right. I mean, the romantic vision of food only matters if the business model can actually support it.
So for you, the listener who needs to understand this often overlooked infrastructure, our mission today is to cut through all the vendor noise.
And really focus on the specific tools that handle the heavy lifting of modern restaurant management.
And before we even look at a single piece of software, we have to nail down this core philosophical choice that every operator is facing right now.
Yeah, you're not just picking a new inventory tool. You're committing to an entire system architecture.
There are two fundamental approaches, right?
Two main paths. First, you have the all-in-one ecosystem.
Okay.
These are the massive platforms that combine, point of sale, scheduling, inventory, loyalty, all of it into one tightly integrated dashboard.
And these systems are all about standardization. If you're managing 25, 50 locations like a big chain, you need identical reporting, identical menus, identical processes everywhere. That single system visibility is your greatest asset.
But that uniformity, it comes at a cost, usually in flexibility and definitely in price.
Which brings us to the second approach.
The best of breed, or what some call the integrated stack. This means selecting the absolute best software for each specific task and then relying on strong integrations to connect them.
And this is often the choice for independent groups or, operators with unique needs.
Exactly. The source material had a great example. A high-turnover taco spot. It needs fundamentally different labor management tools than a stable, salaried fine dining place.
So the integrated stack lets you tailor your solution exactly to your operational reality. We'll keep coming back to the split as we dive into the tools.
Perfect. Let's jump into the first major category then. The true battlefield where margins just go to die. Inventory, supply, and safety.
This is where you're tracking food costs down to the gram.
And it's where profit is most easily leaked.
It seems like simple math on the surface, buy low, sell high, but the moment food moves into the kitchen, the complexity just explodes.
And what we found fascinating is the sheer level of granularity these modern tools offer to combat waste and leakage.
So where do we start?
We can start with a tool designed specifically for that complexity. Tool 1 is Apic Base.
Apic Base.
This is a powerhouse for food and beverage management. It's clearly built for scaling businesses or those with really complicated supply chains.
Its core strength seems to be depth, especially around recipe management and allergen tracking.
Yes, if you're running multiple sites, or you have a central production, kitchen prepping, and shipping ingredients out, this is your system.
It lets you analyze food costs against sales prices with, surgical precision.
It connects procurement directly to your recipes. So if you change a supplier or recipe component, Apic Base instantly re-engineers your menu cost.
Which is just essential for accurate pricing.
It is. Now, the flip side is that complexity. The source's caution, it has a steeper learning curve.
So if you're just running a single coffee shop,
Apic Base might feel like trying to open a can of beans with a laser scalpel. It requires a real commitment to the data.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's contrast that deep granularity with Tool 2, MarketMan.
Right. This tool is strictly focused on streamlining the vendor relationship and the supply chain process. It puts efficiency ahead of that deep recipe engineering.
And what's fascinating here, and this is a major operational nugget for operators, is MarketMan's ability to catch and alert you to price fluctuations from your suppliers.
Let's unpack the impact of that. Why is that one notification so critical?
Well, because margin destruction often happens slowly, almost invisibly.
Right.
If your core ingredient, say the wholesale price of avocados or tomatoes, jumps by 20% overnight and you don't notice,
that increase eats directly into your bottom line until you manually update your costs, maybe 30 days later.
Exactly. MarketMan flags the change instantly. That real-time alert lets you immediately adjust your menu price or change a portion size.
Or, more importantly, switch to a seasonal alternative or a different vendor before that price jump demolishes your profit for the week.
It also automates ordering based on something called PAR levels.
Can you explain PAR levels for anyone who hasn't lived this life?
Sure, PA just stands for periodic automatic replenishment. It's simply the minimum and maximum stock level you need.
So MarketMan learns your usage patterns.
And then automatically creates a draft order to bring you back up to your target level, saving hours of manual counting.
It's highly efficient, and the sources say staff love its user-friendly mobile app for scanning inventory.
Is there a catch?
The only noted weakness is that connecting MarketMan with some older or, let's say, less common point-of-sale systems can sometimes be a bit finicky during the initial setup.
All right, so we've nailed down the cost of ingredients, we've optimized the supply chain. The next logical headache in the restaurant P&L is the cost of people.
And the financial reporting that ties it all together.
That leads us right into Section 2, accounting, labor, and reporting, the shift from operational reality to financial truth.
The goal here is simple but revolutionary. Shifting away from manual data entry.
Which is so error-prone.
And waiting weeks for insight toward getting real-time financial understanding every single day.
Which is precisely the problem Tool 3 Margin Edge was designed to solve. I love their core feature, eliminating manual data entry.
You just take a photo of an invoice.
The software digitizes the line items, and then it pushes that data instantly into your core accounting software, like QuickBooks.
And this is the true game changer. It enables the owner to receive a daily P&L statement.
Walk us through the transformation of that. Because for an owner used to waiting until the 30th of the month to see if they made money, that is huge.
It's transformative because it allows for micro decisions. If I wait 30 days and I see my food costs were 35% last month, what can I do?
Not much. You can only sigh and try harder this month.
Exactly. But if I get that P&L on day 3 and I see my costs are already spiking, I can immediately look for waste, adjust portioning, or talk to my managers about tightening security in the walk-in fridge.
You're correcting the course in real time.
It gives you a real-time view of theoretical versus actual food costs. This is the gold standard for identifying leakage.
So theoretical cost is what your recipes say you should have used.
And actual cost is what you actually scanned out of inventory or purchased. The difference, that gap, is almost always waste, theft, or overportioning. Margin Edge exposes that gap instantly.
Okay, but let's introduce some friction here. Margin Edge is a powerful analytic tool, but it's not a full accounting suite itself, is it?
No, it requires underlying software like QuickBooks to function. So if your foundational bookkeeping is already a chaotic mess.
Margin Edge is only feeding good data into a broken system. You need that structure first.
A very important point. Now let's pivot from invoice management to the single largest variable cost in the restaurant business, labor.
Which brings us to Tool 4, Offsite.
This is designed specifically for hospitality, combining scheduling, HR, and cash-up processes, all laser-focused on hitting labor targets.
This is a cost control manager that works in the moment. Its key strength is allowing managers to see live sales data right alongside the rota, the schedule.
And that capability allows for instant decisions.
For instance, if the manager sees that the forecasted 7 p.m. rush didn't materialize,
they can look at the real-time sales numbers on their Offsite dashboard and immediately send the scheduled prep cook home an hour early.
And those small, on-the-fly decisions cutting staff 30 minutes here, an hour there, they add up to thousands of dollars in labor cost savings over a month.
This tool gives managers the confidence to make those cuts proactively, ensuring they hit their predetermined labor percentage targets.
It also simplifies the end-of-night cash-up and reconciliation process.
Which reduces errors and, internal disputes over tips and till variances.
Oh, what's the major caveat?
The major caveat for our U.S.-based listener is that Offsite is currently UK-centric, though it is expanding globally. So if you need robust integration with specific U.S. payroll or benefit providers, you might find the current system a bit more limited.
Fascinating. So we've stopped the leaks in inventory, we're controlling labor by the minute, and we're getting a daily snapshot of the P&L.
Right. Now let's discuss the central nervous system of the entire operation, the point of sale, or POS.
And the all-in-one solutions where all the transactions happen.
The POS is the workhorse. It processes transactions, manages orders, sends tickets to the kitchen. Staff use this interface every single day.
And the key trade-off here is always usability versus complexity and feature depth.
Which takes us right back to our all-in-one versus best-of-breed split.
Let's dive into the enterprise end of the pool first with Tool 5, Survey.
Survey. This platform is a robust, true, all-in-one, built for ambitious restaurant chains and, crucially, operations with complex logistical needs.
Like high-volume pizza delivery networks or centralized dark kitchens.
Exactly. Serve is a heavyweight because it integrates deeply into logistics. It goes far beyond just ringing up an order.
It's natively managing delivery logistics, driver apps, sophisticated kitchen display systems.
And complex, multi-site inventory transfer. It unifies the entire operation and even offers detailed AI-based forecasting.
But the friction is obvious. Complexity, implementation requires a serious commitment of time, training, and capital.
So the challenging question is, doesn't that inherently put it out of reach for a fast-scaling group that needs those features but lacks the immediate budget for a huge implementation?
What does the source material suggest?
The sources are pretty clear. Serve is likely too much horsepower and cost for a standard sit-down restaurant without a substantial delivery or complex production focus.
It's the definition of an all-in-one ecosystem built for deep, ambitious enterprise integration.
And you need to be ready for the accompanying implementation pain.
That distinction clarifies its target audience perfectly. So if Servez is the complicated enterprise beast?
Then Tool 6, Square for Restaurants, is the usability king.
Absolutely. Square defined the plug-and-play POS experience. The hardware is sleek, the interface is so intuitive, and it minimizes training friction better than almost any other competitor.
The most memorable detail from the sources really speaks volumes about its simplicity.
The 10-minute training.
Right. Training a brand new server on Square takes about 10 minutes.
10 minutes to full operational proficiency. That's less time than it takes to explain the specials board on a busy Saturday night.
That massive reduction in training time is Square's secret weapon, especially in places with high staff turnover like cafes or quick service spots.
Plus, it has an excellent, seamless ecosystem of add-ons for things like gift cards, loyalty, basic marketing. It's perfect for independent bistros, small chains, and cafes.
So when does that simplicity become a weakness?
Well, the caveat is growth and complexity. If you scale into multiple locations and you need sophisticated features like deep table management, complex coursing, or integration with the deepest inventory tools like ApicBase,
Square can start to feel a bit light compared to the legacy enterprise systems.
it's fantastic for simplicity, but might lack the advanced tools high-end or high-complexity operators eventually demand.
Okay, we have spent a lot of time tracking internal costs, stopping the leakage. But now we hit the most neglected part of the entire back office equation.
This is the core problem. All the operational efficiency we just discussed is completely useless if your tables are empty.
Marketing, sales, and support. It's the area where owners just run out of energy, time, and, frankly, expertise.
They know they need to post daily, engage with customers online, handle the administrative burden of social media.
But they fail, not because the tools don't exist, but because the tools still demand their finite time.
Which leads to inconsistency. And that's the kiss of death in digital marketing.
Here is where the philosophical shift to autonomous operation comes into play with Tool 7. Omada, the AI marketing team.
What's truly revolutionary here is that unlike MarketMan, which requires your staff to scan invoices,
Or Upsite, which requires your manager to check live sales.
Omada is designed to work autonomously. It removes the you from the workflow entirely.
It's designed to solve the guilt, the exhaustion, and the inconsistency that plagues owner-operated marketing efforts.
So how does it actually function autonomously? The source material says it acts like a department of 5 specialized, dedicated agents focused only on your brand.
That team includes a social media manager, a graphic designer, a video producer who repurposes content into quick clips, a reputation manager.
And crucially, a bilingual chat representative.
Let's focus on that chat rep for a moment. If a customer has a complaint or a question at 11 p.m. on a Sunday,
That representative handles it instantly and appropriately 204/7. That responsiveness protects your online reputation and removes the burden from the owner's phone.
so Omada learns your brand voice, and it just executes the work consistently, posting daily across platforms without the owner lifting a finger to pick an image or write a caption.
The claimed impact on time is phenomenal. The sources suggest it frees up roughly 10 hours of the owner's week.
That's 10 hours they can spend on the kitchen, the menu, or maybe finally taking a day off.
And here is the financial hook that makes it so sticky for an independent operator. The operational cost is surprisingly low.
It costs less than a daily lunch special, right?
Under $9 a day for autonomous, consistent output. When you weigh that minimal cost against the freedom of getting 10 hours back, it becomes a really compelling choice.
It directly addresses the biggest hurdle: consistency. Owners struggle to maintain a daily posting schedule because it's a constant drain.
And by automating that function, Omada guarantees consistent engagement, which is essential for customer acquisition and retention.
So what does this all mean? We've connected the dots on the entire back-office landscape.
We identified the core strategic split between the centralized all-in-one systems like Survey.
And the customizable best-of-breed stacks, using tools like MarketMan and Margin Edge.
We saw how to achieve surgical precision in tracking costs with APIC-Base and MarketMan, and how to get daily financial clarity with Margin Edge.
We chose transaction systems based on complexity, from Square's unmatched usability for the independent operator to Serve's logistics power for the ambitious chain.
And finally, we addressed the critical fact that all internal efficiency fails if customers aren't walking through the door, examining how an autonomous tool like Omada can guarantee consistent marketing and free up that precious owner time.
So if we look at the bigger picture of profitability, we've really highlighted two major pathways to success.
One set of tools focuses on controlling internal leakage, stopping the money from going out, with daily P&L visibility and labor control.
And the other set of tools focuses purely on maximizing external outreach and revenue generation, like Omada's autonomous marketing.
And this raises a powerful question for you, the growing independent operator who needs to choose where to invest their capital in their specialized stack.
Given that the back office is where profitability is secured, which factors should you prioritize first? Controlling internal leakage or maximizing external outreach?
That's something for you to consider on your next deep dive.